Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is a 2023 American superhero film based on the Marvel Comics superhero team Guardians of the Galaxy, produced by Marvel Studios, and distributed by Walt Disney Studios Motion Pictures. It is the sequel to Guardians of the Galaxy 2014 and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 2017. The film is written and directed by James Gunn. In the film, the Guardians embark on a mission to protect Rocket from the High Evolutionary. Plot: the Guardians of the Galaxy have established a permanent headquarters on Nowhere. One night, Adam Warlock, played by Will Poulter, a creation of the Sovereign's High Priestess Aisha, played by Elizabeth Debicki, attacks the Guardians seeking revenge for their previous theft of their belongings. Initially overwhelmed, the Guardians suffer a major blow as Adam critically wounds Rocket, voiced by Bradley Cooper, before Nebula, played by Karen Gillan, injures him in return. The Guardians cannot heal Rocket's wounds with their medpacks due to a kill switch embedded in him by OrgaCorp, a company helmed by a mad scientist and Rocket's creator, the High Evolutionary, played by Chikwudi Iwuji. As Rocket lies unconscious, he recalls his past. As a baby raccoon, he was experimented on by the High Evolutionary, who sought to enhance and anthropomorphize animal life forms to create an ideal society called Counter-Earth. Rocket befriended his fellow Batch 89 test subjects, Lila the Otter, voiced by Linda Cardellini, Teefs the Walrus, voiced by Asim Chaudhry, and Floor the Rabbit, voiced by Michaela Hoover. Unable to help Rocket, the Guardians discover a kill switch implanted in him by OrgaCorp, led by the High Evolutionary. Quill, played by Chris Pratt, Drax the Destroyer, played by Dave Bautista, Nebula, Mantis, played by Palm Clementif, and Groot, voiced by Vin Diesel, decide to embark on their spaceship, the Bowie, to OrgaCorp's headquarters in search of a way to deactivate the kill switch. Meanwhile, Kraglin Obfontery, played by Sean Gunn, and Space Dog Cosmo, voiced by Maria Bakalova, stay behind to take care of Nowhere. Meanwhile, Rocket reminisces more about his past. The High Evolutionary was impressed by Rocket's rapidly growing intelligence, but became furious once it exceeded his own. In the present, the Ravagers, led by an alternate version of Gamora played by Zoe Saldana, help the Guardians infiltrate OrgaCorp. They locate Rocket's file, but discover that the necessary code to deactivate the kill switch has been removed. However, the Guardians learn that the information has been uploaded into the memory unit of one of the High Evolutionary's assistants, Thela, despite Gamora's objections. Despite Gamora's resistance, they decide to travel to Counter-Earth to find Thela, played by Nico Santos. The High Evolutionary, who was also responsible for creating the Sovereign race and their home planet, sends Aisha and Adam after them, threatening to destroy their entire race and planet if they fail. Rocket reminisces more about his past. The High Evolutionary used Rocket to perfect his Oni-Man creations, then planned to harvest Rocket's brain for further research and exterminate the obsolete Batch 89. In Counter-Earth, the Guardians receive help from a family of bat-like creatures and track down Thela to the High Evolutionary's pyramid-shaped base, the Air-8 Laboratories. Drax, Mantis, and Gamora stay behind to take care of Rocket, while Quill and Groot enter the base with the gatekeepers forcing Nebula to wait outside. In Rocket's memories, Rocket freed his friends, but the High Evolutionary killed Lila. Enraged, Rocket mauled the High Evolutionary, but his henchmen killed Teefs and Floor during a firefight with Rocket, before the latter fled Counter-Earth in a spaceship. Reluctantly, Drax and Mantis leave to assist Quill's group. However, after they leave, Adam and a warrior pig, voiced by Judy Greer, sent by the High Evolutionary attempt to capture Rocket. In the process, when the warrior pig injures Blurp, a creature Adam had taken as a pet from a Ravager he executed, an enraged Adam kills the warrior pig. When facing the High Evolutionary, Quill remarks that Counter-Earth is as imperfect as any other society, prompting the aware High Evolutionary to raise the Air-8 Laboratories, which have transformed into a spaceship, into the sky and destroy Counter-Earth. Aisha is left in the midst of the destruction, and Adam doesn't have time to save her. As the ship reaches orbit, Quill and Groot escape with Thela, while Nebula, Mantis, and Drax infiltrate the ship. Quill's group returns to Boreal and attempts to heal Rocket, whose heart stops. Through a near-death experience, Rocket reunites with Lila, Teefs, and Floor, who inform him that his time has not yet come, after which he regains consciousness. Mantis, Nebula, and Drax discover hundreds of star children created by the High Evolutionary and a few captured obelisks. Mantis tames the obelisks with her powers, and they fight their way through the High Evolutionary's army. Kraglin and Cosmo arrive with Nowhere, and with Cosmo psychokinetically holding the R8 laboratories and Nowhere together, the Guardians help the Star Children evacuate. Rocket also frees the Earth animals used for experiments, including a group of baby raccoons, and begins to accept himself as a raccoon. The High Evolutionary makes one final attempt to capture Rocket, but the Guardians defeat him and take him away from the ship. Quill almost dies trying to return to Nowhere, but Adam, who has switched sides to the Guardians, saves him. Quill decides to step down as the leader of the Guardians and return to Earth to be with his still-living grandfather, Jason Quill, played by Greg Henry. He appoints Rocket as the new leader of the Guardians. Mantis decides to leave with the obelisks to figure out what she wants to do with her life. As Gamora returns to the Ravagers, Nebula and Drax decide to stay in Nowhere to take care of the Star Children. In a mid-credits scene, Rocket, Kraglin, Cosmo, a grown-up Groot, and the newly joined members of the Guardians, Adam, Blurp, and a star child named Phyla, are on a mission on the planet Krylor. In a post-credits scene, Quill is having breakfast with his grandfather. About the film. The film is written and directed by James Gunn, and it is the sequel to Guardians of the Galaxy, 2014, and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, 2017, and the 32nd film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, MCU. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 includes the ensemble casts, Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana, Dave Bautista, Karen Gillan, Palm Clementif, Vin Diesel, Bradley Cooper, Will Poulter, Sean Gunn, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Linda Cardellini, Nathan Fillion, and Sylvester Stallone. The majority of the filming took place at Trilla Studios in Atlanta, Georgia, which has state-of-the-art facilities for creating special effects and has been used in several other Marvel movies. Also, parts of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 were filmed across Scotland and London. The film's score was composed by John Murphy, which was already played on the set during filming. Murphy replaces Tyler Bates, who scored the first two films. The film's soundtrack also includes the music collection Awesome Mix Volume, as was the case with the previous films. Now the collection number is naturally 3, and it includes some popular hits from past decades. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 premiered at Disneyland Paris on April 22, 2023, and was released in the United States on May 5, 2023, as part of Phase 5 of the MCU. It has received positive reviews from critics and has grossed more than $835 million worldwide, becoming one of the highest-grossing film of 2023. 8 interesting facts about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 movie. 1. The film sets the record for the most makeup appliances used in a single film, having more than 23,000 prosthetics used across more than 1,000 actors. 2. James Gunn based The High Evolutionary and his Counter-Earth on H.G. Wells's dark sci-fi tale, The Island of Dr. Moreau. 3. Before Will Poulter was cast as Adam Warlock, George McKay, Ismael Cruz Cordova and Regine Page were considered for the role. 4. At the beginning of the film, Peter Quill / Star-Lord is seen drunk and moping in the same bar from the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, 2022. 5. When the written and directed by James Gunn comes up at the beginning of the movie, the lights go out in Quill's bedroom, which is a reference to James Gunn putting his Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy to bed. 6. At the end of the film, when Groot says, "I love you guys," instead of, "I am Groot," no one reacts. This is because he actually said, "I am Groot," but, like Gamora, the audience has now grown close enough to Groot to understand him. 7. The only Guardians film in which Peter Quill does not use his iconic Star-Lord mask/helmet. 8. During the animal escape scene, you can see and hear Eagly from Peacemaker, 2022.
What's your name?
Adam.
Adam? No, Adam ain't no hero name. You need something metal. Something cool like Molly Hatchet, Iron Maiden, Def Leppard, something cool like that. Think about it.
I like Adam.
Adam by itself sucks.
There you go. Here you go.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more interesting videos and don't forget to press like button and share.